What's up, everybody? This is Gibberish here, HS, and I am here to do a custom card review on some cards. So I was going through and I was looking at some cool cards, and I saw that someone actually made a Game of Thrones expansion, and I was like, "What? That is so cool!" So I decided to make my own expansion, and every now and then I will release a video on the expansion that I will make. I will make 135 cards as close as I can to something like Blizzard would make. I forget how many, but there are like 2 legendaries in every class, and there are like 5 usually legendaries and neutral. Alright, and then you get different types of rares and epics and commons you can have in each one. Like, I think there are 22 commons and neutral that you have to make. Something like that. So I decided I would do that, and so I thought it would be really cool if I did that with Hearthstone, and I did it with Friends, the sitcom. So everyone loves Friends, and Friends is actually my favorite sitcom ever. So I was like, I gotta make this. So I went on to Hearthstone Cards, or I think it's hearthcards.net. So feel free to go there if you want to make some your own cards. And so without further ado, we're just gonna get started. I'm gonna start with Priest cards because Priest is one of my favorite ones. Now with this Friends expansion, I will let you guys know that not I won't like be showing like not all the Friends characters are going to be in the same class. So like for instance, Rachel Green is in a lot of Warlock. Joey Tribbiani is actually in a lot of all the classes actually, partly because he's my favorite character. But Joey Tribbiani is his legendary is in neutral. Phoebe Buffay is a priest. Alright, so different things like that you're going to see as I release more videos. So we're going to start with the common cards of Phoebe Buffay and her class priest. So we're going to start with this card here, Common Old Yeller. So the card is Old Yeller Died. It's a 3-cost 4/3 common. Death Rattle summon 1/1 Old Yeller. And then as you can see here, the Death Rattle for Old Yeller is 1-cost 1/1 beast. Death Rattle make everyone cry because no one liked how that movie ended. It was sad. So I made that card just because I thought it was funny and cute. It's a pretty good card actually. A 3-cost 4/3 with a Death Rattle of a and it's a beast. So it actually has some play in it. But most of these cards are just for fun. Some of them are actually, I think, were made. I made them as actual. I think they could actually be good cards in Hearthstone. Some of them were just for fun. So moving on, we have Rat Mama Phoebe. A 10-cost 7/4 with taunt. Battlecry summon a 1/1 baby rat for every enemy minion. So, and then as you can see here, this is what the baby rat looks like. It's just a 1/1 beast. So yeah, it's just a fun. You all know this from the mic when he finds the rats and then they get the baby rat. So it's a cute card. It's probably way underpowered, and to be honest, a 7/4 with taunt and then summon 1/1, like, and for 10 mana, that's not very good. But again, like I said, most of these are just for fun. So next we have Cat Mom, which is for if you are any Friends fans, you'll understand what this means. Um, Phoebe believes that her mom is inside a cat, so this is what that's based off of. 2-cost 1/1 Cat Mom. Battlecry, add a Death Rattle card to your hand. So I thought that was kind of a fun little concept. So next card is Flipped Cup. So this is based off the coffee shop, and it's more of just something I thought would be funny. 2-cost epic spell. Flip the screen for 2 turns. So that would just be kind of crazy playing like that, but I thought it'd be funny, and it actually would be a good way to like stall the game if you were like if you were losing the game or if you want to throw your opponent off, you could legit do this. Now the problem would be is if your opponent had an iPad or a phone, this wouldn't be as big of a deal. So all right, next card, 4-cost 3/2. Grandma died twice. So this is from season 1 when Monica and Ross Geller's mom, grandma, died, and then she came back, and then she died again. So she was a 4-3-2 epic, and Death Rattle trigger friendly minions Death Rattle twice. So I thought that was kind of fitting for the card, and I think it's actually pretty good. So next is Dr. Drake Ramari, the first legendary in the Friends expansion that we see. Dr. Drake Ramari is a 7-cost 4/5, so crappy stats, but his battle cry: restore all minions back to full health. All minions, including enemy minions, and then give your minions +2 health. So, it's pretty funny. See, the goal is like you give all your minions back full health, maybe his too, and then at least your minions get extra buff. So I thought it was a funny card. So I like it. This is actually one of my favorite cards in the set. Next is Phoebe Buffay. 5-cost 6/5 battle cry at 3 Smelly Cats to your hand. Now, Smelly Cat is an actual card, so this isn't like some of the other ones. Smelly Cat actually is a real card that I made in the neutral set. So we will introduce him right here. Let me find Smelly Cat. A 1-cost 2/1 beast, and its death rattle is deal 1 damage to an enemy minion. So actually I think this card is actually really good. So 3 Smelly Cats to your hand. So at 3 1-cost 2/1 beasts that deal 1 damage to a random enemy. I actually think that's pretty good. It's probably not enough for Priest. This would probably be a lot better as a Hunter card. But I thought it was pretty fitting since Phoebe Buffay and all of that. So next is Kevin from the milk commercial and Friends. So this is a 3-cost 3/2 rare. Death Rattle, draw a Death Rattle card from your deck. Now, the text doesn't really go exactly with that, but I thought it was funny. I was just like, I thought it was funny that we made a card with Kevin. So next, 8-cost 3/4. Oh my, crappy stats. But it's Phoebe's guitar. So at the end of your turn, return a friendly Death Rattle minion who died this turn to your hand. So that actually is a really powerful effect. I considered making this epic, but I thought rare would be okay. So let's read that again. At the end of your turn, return a friendly Death Rattle minion who died this turn to your hand. So if you had a Death Rattle minion who died that turn, he would go back to your hand. So I thought this was pretty good. So it was pretty fun making this card. And the last card I have for you guys today is a 3-cost spell called the Smelly Cat Song. And this card is actually just really cute, I thought. But it's not anything really actual. This is actually kind of a ripoff from the One Night in Karazhan. So if you guys saw that expansion, there's a spell for Warrior called 3-cost spell that summons a 1/1 with taunt for every enemy character. This is the same thing. Summon a 1/1 cat with taunt for every enemy character. But this is slightly better because the cats are beast. So keep that in mind. So I believe that is all the cards we have for Priest. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do the next class. I'm going to do 2 classes in a video. So we did Priest this one. We're going to do Rogue this one. Alright. So this one time we're going to start at the end. And we will start with a spell. For Rogue, it's a 5-cost spell. Spill the coffee cup. Give your opponent a coin. Return all enemy minions to their owner's hand. So I actually think this is fairly fair, right? So it's kind of like, it's pretty overpowered actually, but it's kind of like the 6-cost spell that puts all minions back to their owner's hands. It's a very rogue card, but I think to make it a little more fair, it should be give your opponent 2 coins and return all enemy minions, or 3 coins, something like that. But that would actually maybe even be more powerful if you think about it, because then it could give the potential of milling cards. So Alright, next card. 2 cost 2, 3. Joey the Elf. Combo, give a minion charm until next turn. So this is one thing that I made with the expansion. Charm is a new keyword I made. And one thing I want you guys to know about this is that Joey is the main user of a charm card. A character can't attack. That's what charm means. So Joey the Elf, charm. I got this idea from when I made a card. There is a card. I'm not gonna blow it away yet, but there's a card in here, and I was like, Joey is a very charming personality, so I thought charm would kind of like be a good card to make as a keyword. So that's what we did. So 2 cost 2, 3 combo. Give a minion charm until next turn. So basically, a minion can't attack until next turn if you did a combo. I like this card. I thought it was pretty good. Next, 4 cost spell. A game of football. Deal 3 damage. This deals an extra 2 damage if you only have 10 seconds or less on your turn. So this is kind of funny, and I like this card because it's very fitting. Now, I probably should have said for minion, but this could, I think the damage that should good. But the funny part about this is, if you, let's say you need the extra 2 damage for lethal, okay, but it's a combo you have to get to, then this is actually really hard to do. You gotta get basically you have to do your entire combo within 10 seconds, which can be hard with animations. So I actually thought this card was pretty clever. So, alright, we are moving on to our first legendary in the rogue category. Judy Geller. Yes, I made her a legendary. Battlecry, give your hero an emote that criticizes your opponent. That's right. So, I thought this was really fitting for her personality, and so I thought this would be a funny card. This is a card that it's actually really powerful for its stats, so I thought it was funny. Alright, a 1 cost spell. The poking device. Poke an enemy minion for 1 damage. Repeatable this turn. So basically, it's Echo, and it's an epic. So I actually thought this card was really fair, actually. Because if you could do it to the enemy hero, I think it would be overpowered. But I actually really like this. I consider this making poke and a minion for 1 damage. That way you could do your own damage to your own minions. That way you could like get your kill your minion for a death rattle or clear the board or something like that. But I actually really like this card. This is one of my favorite cards in the entire set that I made. 1 cost 1, 2 epic. Snarky Rachel. Stealth. Battlecry, give a minion poisonous. Yes. Snarky Rachel. This card was just fun. There's not much to it. I just thought it would be funny. So, we have now Mindy. 4 cost 5, 3. There's that charm mechanic again. She's a common. Alright, so she has charm. So she can't attack. Death rattle. Draw a charm card. So she can attack, alright? But she can, her death rattle draws a charm card. So this is a pretty awful card if you think about it. Because if you silence it, then you don't get the death rattle. And you get this crappy static card. And then, yeah, and so yeah, that's basically it. So next is Mindy again. This is because of the actor change that they did for her, so I thought it'd be funny to do that. She's a 7 cost 7, 9 with taunt, and she has charm, so she can't attack. So yeah, I thought that was just funny. So last for the commons of Rogue is Maid of Honor. It's Rachel, and she's a 1 cost 1, 1 based off the episode in season 2, last episode where she's the Maid of Honor at Barry's wedding. Battlecry, give your weapon +2 attack and charm. So this is pretty interesting because you buff it, but then it can't attack. So yeah. I think I originally made this to actually be give your weapon +2 attack and charm this turn, but hey, what's done is done. So yeah, there's that, guys. So for this last one, we had two more cards for, I believe, one is a legendary for this class. We have, or just one last card, my bad. So it's Barry. He's a 2-cost 1/2 legendary minion. He has stealth. Battlecry, put 2 cavity cards in your opponent's hand. And those cavity cards are 1-cost spells. While this is in your hand, deal 1 damage to yourself at the start of each player's turn. This is each player's turn. They're only 1 cost, and they only deal 1 damage, sort of like the Cursed Hand of Rafaam. So, it's a fun card. I think it's actually fairly good, but his stats are pretty bad, so maybe if he was a 2/2, it'd be better, but I actually thought it was a funny card, so yeah, guys, so this is the first 2 classes of my expansion. So we went over Priest and Rogue today. So I will release the rest of the expansion over the next few days. So yeah, I have cards for all the other classes. So don't you worry about those other cards like Rachel Green, Ross Geller, Chandler Bing, Janice, Joey Tribbiani has a card, and there's a special card which I really like. It will be the last card, I promise, that I reveal. Alright? The last card I reveal will be is a special card, alright? So you guys will love it. It's gonna be great. So I will see y'all next time, and just have fun. Make cards, guys. Just make Hearthstone cards, because it's cards like these that can inspire, the creators of Hearthstone to actually make better cards. All right, I would be shocked if they never looked at hearthcards.net and they never saw what kind of cards there were. Because if they didn't, like, they would just be very narrow to the community. So I think it's good that we make more cards, more custom cards like this. So I will see y'all later. You guys have a great day. Bye.